Welcome back, everybody. This is Specs, and today I have a special guest with me today, and his name is SW087, otherwise known as Seth. So, Seth, feel free to say hi.
Hey, what's going on, dudes?
Yeah, so Seth here is another YouTuber with like about 10 times the amount of subscribers as me, and he makes really good Draft League content, so if you guys are interested, feel free to subscribe and whatnot. And today, basically what we're going to do, the draft league that I was previously in last season is now starting up its new season 6. And today, me and Seth are going to Seth and I are going to be just looking over everyone's teams and just giving our own thoughts about them. So, without further ado, Seth, you want to start us off with the Philadelphia Blackhawks?
Yeah, man. I really like this team. This is my favorite team. Just looking at it, it looks really fun to use. I like how he has both an offensive and a defensive steel type. You know, Cartana is just so, physical. You know, it's a very good sweeper. But I like that he did draft another steel type just to help with the bulk. Pretty versatile stuff. You know, I think if he can play to not running the same Magic Card Clefable set, if he could find himself bringing an offensive set every once in a while. Same with Talonflame, you know, using its flame body ability and maybe Will-O-Wisp for Roost with heavy duty boots on a defensive set, but also still bring an offensive Talonflame at times. I think he's going to have a lot of success. What about you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like everything you said, for sure. And I like that he also has webs in conjunction with Cartana.
Letting it run adamant.
Yeah, for sure. You run adamant, and then like it's gonna be free real estate from there. And even like his team is just like very, very versatile. Even like Mega Kangaskhan, I've used this really weird Wish. I used like a Wish Protect, Spinef set, and Ubers, and it actually worked out pretty well. I mean,
yeah, dude. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like Greninja, even. I know it's gonna, I watched his video where he talked about it being able to run specs and stuff, and that's true. But it also gets, spikes. So I just feel like this team kind of has everything that I look for in a draft.
Yeah, for sure.
Versatile.
And he's even got like that weird Magnemite, just in case he wants to draft, hit that steel type,
Yeah, he's coming for you, baby.
Yeah, for sure. So, it's just really, really solid overall. So, what do you, do we want to give the ranks now, or?
Sure. I just ranked everybody's team off of, just the team. And what I mean by that is some coaches, obviously, the team composition I felt like wasn't that strong. I'm not saying that they aren't going to win any games. I obviously think everybody's going to win a game. But just off the team composition, that's how I voted it. And just looking at that alone, I rated this 4 out of all 14.
4?
4. Yep.
Yeah. I actually rated this first out of all 14.
Oh, word. Okay. I respect it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know, like, the way I constructed this may have like missing components. Like, I might not have all the categories there.
Fuck, you can't get it all. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But like, it's really solid overall. His Steel Fairy Dragon Core is goddamn just amazing. It's blessed.
Yeah.
And his like his cores are really amazing. His team is extremely versatile. He's just got everything, and he's got everything good. So that's why that's pretty much the main reason I got it at first. The only like main negative thing I would say is that like no Volt Switch immunity, but like other than that,
yeah. Oh, that's true. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. He does have no ground type.
Yeah. Which could really limit him in terms of like dealing with like mons that are good at pivoting, but
yeah. I do agree with you there. But he does have some momentum. Like, he has U-turn himself in Greninja, Clefable with teleport, stuff like that. So, not having the ground immunity, I think is very important. But overall, I don't think it's going to be like the death of him,
Of course. And I think Talonflame even gets U-turn too. So, like, there's a lot
Yeah. And that's something, I think Talonflame, like, I'm really excited to see him take it. With the Gale Wings, with it getting, what is the new move? The, freaking
dual wing beat.
Yeah. I think that's going to make it more versatile offensively, because you don't have to waste that HP for the Brave Bird. If you're able to get off that dual wing beat, it's not going to be doing as much damage, but with the Sword Stance Roost set, I think you're able to keep it and maintain it with the priority.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I really like that.
Yeah, that's gonna be heavy duty boots as well as just a
Oh,
godsend for
such a fun,
Talonflame.
fun item. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we can move on to the next team. We're going in like no particular order. We're just going left and right on the draft sheet. So next up we got the Abercrombie Menetrix.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll start off this time. First thing I have to say is Bulu Tran is goddamn amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I may have a very personal bias towards it because I spam that shit a lot in like Generation 7 OU, but it's really amazing and is extremely versatile. Bulu giving the grassy terrain to Heatran, which desperately needs passive recovery and ground, like making ground times weaker, is just really amazing. Although in Draft League it doesn't really matter as much due to people anticipating grassy terrain and running high horsepower and stuff like that. But still being able to deter Earthquake is nice. His Firewater Grass Core is freaking amazing. Like Bulu Tran plus Starmie, and even though he doesn't have a drag, I know I'm talking a lot about cores, but
No, you're good.
Yeah, but like Bulu Tran is enough so that I feel like a dragon type wouldn't be super necessary.
Yeah, I get that.
I can see that he's clearly drafting for a lot of fun stuff at the bottom here. We got like full-on hail teams right here, which is pretty fun.
I respect the grind, yeah.
Yeah. We have two hail setters plus veil setters, with the Ninetales and Mega Bomb Snow, and then we got two Slush Rush users, which albeit aren't super fast, but they got the power. And of course, everyone's favorite Pokemon Landorus Therian is here as well. It gives some Stealth Rock option and whatnot besides Tran, and yeah. What do you think about it?
All right. Well, obviously the guy drafted hail, but there are a few things that I just see. I see a lot of problems coming from this team. One of the things is he drafted grassy terrain with Landorus Therian, and he wants to bring Landorus Therian almost every game, I assume. So, negating your own earthquake damage.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I understand. It may not be something he thought about whenever drafting it, but that's the first thing that caught my eye. The second thing that caught my eye is he's just so hazard weak. And even defensively, ice types, but only resist ice types, I think. So, stuff like Frostlass, he can't run Snow Cloak or any kind of evasion boosting thing. And a lot of his team is weak to rocks, especially something like a Mega Abomasnow. If you wanted two hail setters, I would personally drop Mega Abomasnow and pick up regular Abomasnow. And I would drop one of the Beartic or Lowland Sandslash because I feel like they're going to get walled by the same thing.
Yeah.
One of them does hit fairies more, and the other one hits maybe like, I don't know, neutral on other stuff easier. But realistically, I think he has Veil, so maybe dropping something like Landorus Therian, and I saw something like Como. I think that's free in the board. That allows him to, keep his rocker. Oh, how unprofessional.
You're good.
But it allows him to keep a rocker and not really work uphill against himself by negating his own earthquake damage. Como loves being behind a Roar Veil, maybe even setting up a Klinger, a Soul Blaze, Rock Polish, whatever, even just a Dragon Dance. And if he wanted to, I just think there are a lot of common typings. Obviously, with the Hail team, you're going to get a lot of common typings. But I still feel like there's a fun way for him to maybe get the most out of this team. If he... Yeah.
No, you're good.
He did draft Hail. It's kind of hard to, super hype it up. It's exciting to watch. I'm very excited to watch it. But team composition-wise, I feel like it just has such a hard time against so many things.
Yeah, for sure.
Even Starmie doesn't really want to take many hits. Good Spadef, I feel like, and with the kind of passive recovery with Tapu Bulu, I feel like it'll maybe last longer than it normally did. But outside of that, nothing really wants to take many hits on his team.
Yeah, that's completely fair. As you said, very rock. Stealth Rock League as well, but I don't what's his rock resist?
Yeah. I mean, he's got 5 ice types. Yeah, Landorus Therian. That's why he drafted it. He was like, I knew I need to. Well, heck, now I'm flying.
It's not even a rock resist though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hard life, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really do think that if he picked up something like Komodo and dropped one of his two sand slush users, I feel like he has a good chance to pick up on this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he is very weak. I just have a personal bias for Blue Train. I'm sorry about that. But
No, I feel you there. I feel you.
yeah, I mean, hopefully Vale might be able to mitigate some things for him, but like probably not going to work out long.
And he's a good coach. Like, I really think he's going to win games, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just based off the team. I feel like this had the worst team composition, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No smoke. Yeah, just
right.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But I rated it 14.
Oh, you rated 14. I had it like near the bottom as well. I have it in counting 14 to 11th. I had it 14.
11.
Yeah.
Or,
so
okay.
we're somewhat close so far.
Yeah. We're solid.
No big surprises. All right. So next up, we are gonna move on to the Pokemon Go Goats. And sorry, it's taking a while to load. Oh god, it's taking too long. Okay, there we go. Yep. Okay. So I guess we'll just trade off. So I guess it's your turn.
Yeah. Word. Trying to find Kuda. Okay. Just looking at his team, he does have a top 3 Dragon, Fairy, Steel Core. This is a guy that whenever I look at his team, I expect him to bring Zygarde, Skarmory, Sylveon, probably even Silvally every game almost. So, he spent a lot of points early on, and sometimes coaches can make that work. And I think he drafted the right thing to make something like that work in Silvally, being able to switch its typing. So even if you bring it every week, your opponent can kind of be thrown off by what typing you bring with it. So if he's able to use Silvally successfully, I think this could be a real good, good run with it because he does have such solid mons.
Yeah, for sure. And
Chansey.
Yeah, Scarf Chance is just that's fun. Mega Beedrill as well. I mean, it's always just a very solid pivot bond. I guess it can help him towards I don't know, stuff. And it can also be a good wall breaker on its own with Swords Dance if you want to, and Fell Stinger if you want to try that stuff as well.
For sure. And he has 3 great walls in Skarmory, Sylveon, and Chansey. So having a Glass Cannon's not even a bad thing here.
And he has good hazard control too, so Mega Beedrill shouldn't be taking too many hazards chips. So.
Absolutely. And does Mega Beedrill get Toxic Spikes as well?
It does.
Yeah. So, that's something, even with Quillfish, being able to take the pressure off of that, maybe that allows you to run something like a fun Swift Swim set 1 week or something, providing the T-Spike support for Quillfish to sweep.
Yeah, maybe like run like a Rain Dance chance. I don't know. I don't even know if it gets that, to be honest. But like Rain Dance will teleport. It sounds interesting.
I feel like if anybody on his team learned Rain Dance, I know it probably wouldn't, but I think Serena. Like, I could see her learning Rain Dance.
Yeah, maybe. So I know Silvally probably gets Rain Dance too. And it has pivoting potential as well. So.
Yeah, parting shot, U-turn, and everything. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's about it. Let's see. Well, let me see what I ranked it. Oh wow. Oh okay. So I put him at 2nd.
Oh shit! Word. Okay.
Yeah.
I put him at 8.
Oh, okay. A little bit more deviation this time around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might have overrated him though, because like Scarf Chance is
your guns, man. Yeah. I like it.
Scarf Chance is great, but like maybe in draft it's a lot more easier to prepare for, especially.
I just see like something like Tornadus Therian with taunt or any kind of fast taunt users giving this team a lot of trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand like speed tiers. When you have something like Mega Beedrill, I think it's like 145 or something dumb.
Yeah.
And Silvally or Zygarde is probably your second fastest thing. You get to run Adamant with Mega Beedrill a lot, but I just feel like there's a lot of stuff that could provide a lot of hazards control or just a hard time for this team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, outside of Mega Beedrill, basically no speed control at all. I mean,
yeah. So if they're able to taunt half your mons and like Chansey, Skarmory, Sylveon, you're generally going to see something like Wish Protect.
Yeah.
I just think that's it. That's just personal preference, I guess.
Yeah, no.
I really don't want to talk shit about anything. I'm just trying to answer it in all honesty.
Yeah, no, something like Glasgow really could probably tear this team apart. Like Scarm Chance and Sylvan
Yeah.
just like get obliterated,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that.
Very true.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
Word.
Let's move on to the next. We have the Seattle Pidgeots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big old JRSD.
Yeah. Also has a YouTube channel. I guess I'll link it in the description. You know, go check him out.
Oh, how kind of you.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. Yours is gonna be in the description as well. Don't worry. I'll just put everyone's in there. There's gonna be like 6 of them.
Show love. Is it my turn or your turn? I guess
it is my turn. I guess. So Rain, and that's about okay. No. But for real, you know, you got Pelipper, you got Kingdra. Tornadoes with 100% accurate Hurricanes is gonna be extremely threatening. Mega Scizor doesn't even have doesn't have to worry as much about the 4x fire weakness as well, and you also have Raikou for thunder bullshit, and there's also Dreadnought that I just noticed. So yeah, he's definitely leaning heavily into the Rain archetype, but that leaves him vulnerable to stuff that beats Rain. You know, like water absorbers for sure are going to be something that's going to be a problem for him, although he does have a good grass and electric type to deal with it, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. As for hazards, he doesn't really... I mean, he has... No, actually, it's kind of fine. He has T-Specs to Drapion, but, like, his rockers might not be the best, per se. I mean, I don't know about your opinions on Rhydon, but especially Rhydon and Rain doesn't sound very fun.
It does sound pretty counterintuitive, I'm with you.
Yeah. I guess Dreadnought can... Does Dreadnought get rocks? I don't remember.
Yeah, it does.
It does. So, I mean, that could be his rocker. And especially since it scares stuff out with the Swift Swim and whatnot, I guess it can set up rocks pretty well. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just Rain. I can't really think about much.
Yeah. I agree. You know, whenever I first looked at this team, my question was, I wonder how many times he is going to be, you know, pressured to bring Dreadnought. Because realistically, you know, like you said, Rhydon in Rain, it has a hard time with, because it already has such low Spadef. So if anything, like a random Scald, you know, even Imbor gets Scald. So there's a lot of stuff that gets good water coverage or Surf or something like that. You obviously are not going to appreciate that with Rhydon with its Spadef. So I do think he'll be bringing Dreadnought quite a bit. Something that I see this team having maybe more of a struggle with is Trick Room, because he's going to be so, you know, fast-paced. And even his mons like Superior, Tornadus Therian, Raikou, you know, something that may not even get boosted in Rain for the speed, is kind of fast. So he has a good, even Drapion, I think, 95 speed tier.
Yeah.
So something like a Reuniclus Conkeldurr combo could give this team a lot of trouble. But there's a lot of things that I like about this team too. With heavy duty boots, I mean, one, it's Mega Scizor in Rain, so that's just a fucking pain.
Yeah.
And are they doing hidden powers?
No, we're not doing hidden powers. So that's even better.
I didn't think so. Yeah, so that just makes that thing so much harder to deal with. I really like the regular Tornadus pick, honestly. With heavy duty boots, that thing comes in and can set a Prankster Rain, you know.
That's
Rain
true.
Dance.
Yeah, I do.
And it has Nasty Plot as well, Hurricanes in the Rain. It also has Grass Knot coverage to hit any kind of like water absorb Seismitoad or, you know, anything that would kind of counter Rain. Kingdra got some big buffs. I'd love to see something like a Dragon Dance Kingdra, even in Rain, being able to outspeed Scarfers, getting liquidation.
That'd be interesting.
You know, I really like it. It is Rain, and I hate Jared for drafting this. Just because, like, nobody appreciates the guy who does that.
Don't worry, we got a second one coming up later.
Oh, yeah. But it is a good team. I really like it. I like Superior being able to, you know, also run Glare and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's just a very disruptive mon. Raikou, being able to run whatever the new nature is with the mints for like Aura Sphere. I know I think it even has Scald itself. Like, I know Raikou has pretty decent for the coverage pool. It'll be definitely interesting. I really like it. I think it's a good team. In fact, I gave it the #1 pick for me.
Interesting. What did I give it? Where is it?
We gave it like 13. You're just
uh-oh. I didn't give it 13. I gave it 14.
Oh,
what happened?
That's awesome.
Wait, what did I do? What was that?
No, man, I like it.
Damn, I don't even know how.
Sometimes you gotta make an impression.
I don't even dislike this team. I guess based on the categories I gave it, it wasn't that great.
Oh, I feel you.
That's probably why. Cause like, two of my categories are cores, and then he literally does not have a fire type, or
right.
And then his fairy type on the fairy dragon steel is not that great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this team a lot. Why did I give it last?
I like it, man. I like your impression against Rain.
Yeah, I guess my hidden bias against Rain just came out there for a second. My bad.
We know who the sand players are.
I didn't even play Gen 5, dude. Alright. Somewhat drastically different opinions. So my bad, Jared, if you're watching this.
Suck it, Jared.
Let's move on. Toronto Star Raptors.
Big Toronto.
Bro. Okay, anyway. Alright. Ooh. Okay. Whose
Is
turn?
it me?
I think so.
I think it's me. Okay. Well, he has a mon that I've always wanted to try, and that's Zeraora. I've had the chance to draft it, and then I just didn't. I don't know why. But I think that's a really cool mon. I think a lot of people undervalue its special set.
Yep.
You know, they prep really solely on the physical set, but it has Calm Mind. You know, you're able to get up a sub. You force things out quite a bit. So if you get a sub +1 Calm Mind, you know, Grass Knot coverage, Discharge, Volt Switch, very fun. And something else that I really like is he also drafted Corviknight with Zeraora. You know, one of the things I like to do is maybe draft the one counter to something. Generally, I would have done it the other way around, like Corviknight, and then I draft the counter in it, like Zeraora. But hell, he got it this way, so I can't complain. Mega Garchomp, I've never used, but I know it's obviously a great wall breaker. I like the Regenerator with Slowbro. Especially being able to, pivot into something like Weavile with heavy duty boots, maybe setting up a sword stance, Crustle with the Shell Smash. I think it's definitely good. It's what I kind of expect to see in a draft, with the Dragon, Fairy, Steel Core, and Aromatisse, Corviknight, and Mega Garchomp. But that's not a bad thing. They obviously work good for a reason. What about you?
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of wall breaking potential, and like Zeraora is definitely like one of the best cleaners you could possibly ask for. So I feel like,
for sure,
yeah, like just like breaking down stuff with your Mega Chomp, your Chandelier, your Weavile, and then like using your defensive bonds to back them up, and then you have the Zeraora for the late game clean. It's a very cut and dry strategy, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much else to say about it. I think it's very solid.
Yeah, it's a solid team for sure. What did you rank it?
Oh god, what happened? We'll see what happened. I gave it a 3rd.
3rd? Okay. I gave it a 6, so I don't think we're too far off.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. No, I like it, man. I like that we had such drastic thoughts. Keeps it interesting, And I didn't tell you what I drafted anything, so this is my first time hearing it. I like the,
yeah,
getting it.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I'd like to mention is this: he's very weak to ghost types, so just keep that in mind.
That is true.
Like just like a faster ghost type than Chandelier, and his only switch is basically Weavile with a strong. So yeah, something like Gengar would tear this team apart. But
that's true. That is very true.
Yeah.
But you're forgetting big Munchlax down there.
Oh, of course. I'm pretty sure Focus Blast will annihilate that thing, but you know what?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Yeah. So next up, I have Tier K. That's Reunited Kingdom. Yeah, that's the Reunited Kingdom.
The University of Reunited Kingdom.
My turn? It's my turn. Okay, sure. So right off the bat, I see Mega Medicham, and my heart just stops. Definitely one of the best breakers in the entire Natdex meta, of course. I think he's just very good at breaking stuff. Nasty Plot Torn, and we got stuff like Scizor with Technician Blow Punch, CB, all that stuff. We also have Obstagoon as well for that nice wall breaking stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just pretty solid. And then, although defensively, I would say that there are some problems. I guess Seismitoad is pretty bulky. I mean, I wouldn't know. I used it last season, but it's not something that's gonna last on the field forever. I mean, you can get pressured out by stuff like Rotom Heat of all things, just by like Toxic and then spamming Overheat against it. Like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of worrying in terms of bulk, I'd say. Yeah. Slowbro is a regenerator mon, so that's going to be cool and whatnot, but it's not as bulky as its other two brethren, so it's going to have to worry in that department as well. Yeah. Oh, wait, I totally forgot about Regen Torn.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Torn is pretty bulky, but it's not, like, extremely bulky, per se. It's really just because of Regenerate that it's able to take a bunch of hits.
Right.
I guess.
No, I feel you there. Word?
Yeah.
Is it my thoughts?
Yeah, your thoughts. Yeah. Go.
Well, you know, I have to be upfront. I am a little biased of this team. He asked me some questions throughout the draft, and I'm currently in a draft where I'm using something like the Tornadus Therian, Seismitoad, Rotomo, and Aldino.
Okay.
I didn't tell him to draft all those things, but, you know, he asked me input for stuff. But there are a few things. I do agree that Seismitoad isn't very bulky, but you know, Aldino having such a big HP stat and being able to throw off big wishes. Seismitoad, I found that you know you're able to take a little bit more than what you imagined with Seismitoad with those big wishes coming off.
That's true.
Heavy duty boots on Tornadus Therian is a godsend. I mean, this thing is just crazy with it.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
As fast as it is, being able to pivot and U-turn, you know, packing the nasty plot now. Great support moves and knockoff, even Grass Knot, Icy Wind. Like there's just a lot of stuff that Tornadus Therian can do. It's my favorite Pokemon. And great pivoting with Slowbro, you know, another Regenerator Mon, Aldino, another Regenerator Mon. I think, you know, with Teleport, U-turn Volt Switch that he has with Slowbro, Rotomo, and Scizor is going to be able to get that Mega Medicham in whenever it needs to be and be able to click stuff like the high jump kick. The one thing I would like to see a little more of on this team is something on the hazards line. I think all of these mons, you know, Mega Medicham loves having that 12% every time, or the 6%, you know, whatever Rox is doing. And with something that's going to, a very pivoting team like his, with the Rotomo and the Regenerator cores, I feel like I would see, if this team had another reliable rocker. I know he has Colossal, but really Seismitoad is the only thing that can reliably get up rocks. Mm-hmm. Colossal could easily go down to 2 hits before you're able to click Stealth Rocks. Yeah. So I feel like that is kind of one of the things keeping this team from being one of the higher ups, in my opinion. But he does also have webs and, you know, some form of hazards. I just feel like maybe spikes or rocks, something a little bit more reliable outside of Colossal, could really make the difference in this team.
Yeah, for sure.
But hey, watch out for that Aldino, dude.
Yeah,
it's a support god. I love it.
I totally disregarded that, honestly. I forgot he had Regenerator too, to be honest, because I was thinking about the Mega Form.
Yeah, and this team has a lot of cool stuff. It has a lot of knockoff users. And I think that's really cool because it's a move that you want to bring every game, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
But Aldino, Obstagoon, Scizor, Seismitoad, Tornadus Therian, they all get these moves. So I feel like if he plays it smart and is able to bring different stuff every week, he could find a lot of success.
Yeah, you're totally right. All right, as for rankings, let's see here.
Oh, and I apologize if you can hear me. I am having a drink. I didn't know if that's
it's fine.
Too close.
Do whatever you want. I don't really mind. 1, 2, 3.
I gave it a 5.
Oh,
or number 5.
I gave it a 6. Okay, great.
Dang, word.
Thank God we're close to each other. All right. Okay, next up we got AKW, Alaska Wormpulse, if I remember correctly. Yep. Okay. So I guess it's your turn.
Word. I mean, this guy has some threats. Not only that, but he has the freaking Jirachi Togekiss, Grace Core. Like,
help.
He's gonna win games. Yeah. Like, what really sucks is he's gonna win games that, you know, as an opponent, you even prep to beat, but you just 60% chance to lose.
Yeah. Just from scarf on both of them. Just
clear the flinch. Yeah, dude. That's it. You know, at that point, you just pray to God, hope you win. And hell, 60% of the time you do. So that sucks for your opponent.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he has one of the mons, obviously, that everybody wants to try out in her Shifu single strike.
Mm-hmm.
I think this thing's broken.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like, jeez. Just because of that, you know, obviously, again, he has a chance to win every game. Mega Charizard X. golly. The one thing I see like struggling with this team is I don't see much bulk. Blastoise, Rotom Heat, Grimmsnarl. Yeah, Grimmsnarl has screens, but those are really only his bulky mons. So this team is going to have a lot of trouble with knockoff, being super effective against Jirachi. Togekiss, getting rid of that thing's heavy-duty boots. Rotom Heat, getting rid of that heavy-duty boots, is really going to make hazards hard for this team. And Mega Charizard X being 50% as soon as it switches into rocks.
Yeah.
I feel like I see this pretty one-dimensional, which is set up screens and go. And that works for people.
Yeah.
But me personally, that's not what I necessarily am looking for in a draft. What about you?
Yeah, I literally, I said one of the components of this team was literally, it's just like, if he had a drill, it would essentially be HO. I mean, another thing I noticed that's a problem, like, I know he has a lot of Thunder Wave on this team, but his team is just, there is no speed. I mean, nothing's above base 100 if I recall. So, like,
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, is Mega Charizard X base 100?
Yeah, I mean,
that's
not, Jirachi's base 100 too, Celebi's base 100, but like, that's it. I mean, like,
that's a good point. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's like the other thing I had to tack onto that.
No, for sure.
I guess there is some baton pass shenanigans you can do with this team as well.
That's
well,
true.
at least Kuda last season used Celebi with Swords Dance and whatnot. So yeah, and he has a Diglett for trapping, I guess.
Yeah, I respect the Diglett pick.
I respect it. Yeah. There's no trampage, but you know what? It's fine.
Right.
All right. So what'd you think about it?
I gave it team 13.
13? I did not give it 13. Why did I? Okay. I put it at like 5th, I think. I don't know.
Word?
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably because I personally like HO as a style. I spam it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, the cool thing about these is they're going to be subjective. So I like that we're both providing. Like, we obviously have different inputs. And neither of us are right. Neither of us are wrong. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. I don't mean any, like, hey, I always try to say something positive about the team. But it really just comes down to play style. It could be the best team, but I just don't play it.
Yeah. He needs to... This team, HO in general, just needs a lot of aggressive doubling. So if Raventhor can do that, he can definitely
absolutely
win a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hit him with that blunder special.
Oh, hell yeah. Shout out stage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We have finally finished the first division. We're moving on to the next, starting off with the West Virginia Knockdowns.
Word.
AKA the guy who runs this shit.
Right.
And
I think you're up.
I am up. It's beautiful. I don't know. It's beautiful. I like it. I mean, the first 4 are just like stuff that I love using in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Mega Diancie is really hard to switch into in general, and it has Magic Bounce, so you can prevent hazards from going up. And even if hazards do come up, I guess there might be some problems. But he's got a couple of defog bonds. Whether they're super reliable remains to be seen, I suppose. Nasty Pot Hydreigon is like one of the best breakers. At least, sorry, I'm gonna be talking a lot about OU because that's the main tier I play. But yeah, it's gonna be a very strong breaker, as well as Choice Band Victini. Definitely, those two probably can synergize with each other very well to break down each other's checks. Tangrowth as well gives him a Regenerator bond, gives him Sleep Powder, gives him a lot of different options, I suppose. And yeah,
absolutely.
Let's see. Nidoqueen, you got a lot of T-Spikes and rocks as well, but I mean, Nidoqueen can also be offensive with that Sheer Force Life Orb stuff. If a Nidoqueen comes on the field, you might. I mean, sometimes you probably shouldn't switch into it, so you have to like scout for that first.
Right.
Yeah. What about you?
I really like it. I think Woodsy and I think we look for the same stuff. And I see a lot of cool stuff on this team, especially that Empoleon pick.
Yeah.
I would love to see some weakness policy, agility sets, and then running away with it. I mean, I do that with Metagross. It's one of my favorite monsters to run that with.
Yeah.
And I always tell myself I'm going to draft like a Tapu Bulu Empoleon core and like show all these Tapu Bulu Heatran players how to really do it.
Oh, okay.
Because so many mons have great earth coverage and Earthquake, and Empoleon has great defense. So if you're playing a little aggressive, get that agility up. I just feel like it's won me quite a bit of games, and I really like it. Outside of that, he just has solid mons. Mega Diancie, Hydreigon you talked about, Victini. I mean, what's coming into a banded, whatever. Blue Flare. V-Create. Blue Flare.
V-Create, hopefully.
Yeah, right. But he also has really good mons in like Nidoqueen, where, you don't know if it's going to be a T-Spike or if it is going to be running Life Orb. Ambipom with that Technician, fake out into a good speed tier at like 115 or something like that with multi-hitting moves. You can run Silk Scarf a lot of weeks with that and get a lot out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Magius being, I think, a 105 speed tier, being able to like Destiny Bond, depending on how he uses that could be really cool. Throw, being able to cycle out with the T-Spike support with Nidoqueen with Circle Throw.
Right.
I really like it. I'm excited to see the Ninjask in action.
Yeah, not gonna lie, when I saw the Empoleon, the first thing that came to mind was Suppataya Agility.
Right?
Dude. I was like hoping he was gonna use something like that. But the weakness policy is
I'm
definitely
really
a
excited.
cool idea for that as well. Yeah. So I guess we can get on to rankings.
I gave it 3.
3? I gave it like I can't count. Sorry, I didn't count.
No worries.
It's 8th. Yeah, I think I have it as 8th right now. So
suck it, Woodsy.
Yeah, you suck. I hate you for beating me. No, no, it's okay. We're cool for now.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got New Jersey Ligatons.
Oh, this color scheme.
Oh my gosh, it's so much pink.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna order sherbet when I look at this. Like, I'm gonna get that 3 colored one.
Yeah. No. It's beautiful. All right. It's your turn now.
Oh, my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he has a Sandcore, Tyranitar and Excadrill. Obviously that alone is going to win you games. Not only that, but I like the momentum with Rotom Wash and Infernape, Comfey all getting U-turn, and Garchomp. Doesn't have to run Rough Skin every week. What is Garchomp's other ability?
You can't use it at Sandvale.
Oh, Sandvale. Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, damn. I don't know what to say there. Yeah.
It would have been nice, but
right. But he has good stuff. He has a Steel Fairy Dragon with Excadrill, Comfey, Garchomp.
Yeah.
He has really good utility mons in Reuniclus and Infernape. Infernape having the same special attack as it does attack, being able to fire off overheats, close combats, focus blast. It even has access to Vacuum Wave, which is a really cool move, giving priority on the special fighting side. Mach Punch. There's just a lot of cool stuff that I could see from this team. He does have above the 100 speed tier in Garchomp, which is really cool. Excadrill, obviously, in Sand is going to be able to outspeed a whole lot. Mega Aerodactyl is very aggressive.
Also fast.
Yeah, very fast. The one thing I kind of see this team struggling against is something like an unaware Clefable. I know he has Excadrill, but if he's able to play around the Excadrill decently well, I think that this could give this team quite a bit of trouble.
For sure. Yeah.
Just really bulky, balanced teams. Depending on how they play their Sand, it would be an exciting game to watch, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, something to note. I think every single Pokemon on this team has setup options, so yeah, it's pretty interesting to see that. I'd say this team isn't really extremely bulky though.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the Rotowash, you got the Comfey, especially you got the Reuniclus, but other than that, everything is just off the wall physical.
Yeah, nothing wants to take hits. And are you really gonna bring Screams Meganium every week?
Yeah, I mean, are you gonna bring Meganium? I don't know.
Right.
Sorry, I don't like the Meganium, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alligator man through and through. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much else to say, I guess. So, what do you think? What do you think about rankings? I ranked it 11th.
11th. I have it at right above Wizzy at 7th.
Word? Not too far off.
Yeah, not too far off. Thank God. Okay. All right. Next up, we got. Oh, I have no idea what this KR. Is that Karachi Kingdras?
Yeah, the Karachi Kingdras.
Okay, I'm good with these acronyms apparently. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so one thing I want to note right off the bat, he's got 3 terrain setters.
Yeah, that boy's coming with it. And the terrain pulse Clotzer.
Oh Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. You're right. Damn, that's gonna be a threat.
It's gonna be fun to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but like honestly, with the also he dropped Darubaka like apparently. Wait, why is it here? I don't know. But anyway, does that mean he drafted it round 7, or am I just like?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god. Okay, man got balls.
Yeah.
Okay, the music stopped for some reason, but you know what? It's fine. We're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, we're just vibing.
Yeah, who cares about that? I'll get back to it in a second. So yeah, 3 terrain setters. Gliscor, which I hate with a passion because Toxic Orb, Poison Heal. Oh my god. Yeah. It's got pretty decent. He's got a lot of hazard options and a lot of hazard setters, although their effectiveness. Well, Fortress is pretty good at it, especially with no HP fire, meaning that it's a lot harder to take down. Although just like with all the terrains, I don't really see a lot of cohesion in my opinion. Like I just like, I mean, just like I don't know, just like
it's like drafting all 3 weathers. You know, rain,
like,
sun, and sand. It's what are you really gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have versatility, but at the same time, like I don't really see the point. I mean, like nothing on this team can really abuse the terrains except for maybe Klotzer, as you mentioned with the terrain pause. Like nothing.
But other than that.
Yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. Urshifu Rapid Strike is definitely a lot better in draft because, you don't have to deal with Tangrowth and Moongus and Toxapex all the time. So, we'll see what happens with that. And Mega Altaria is definitely an extremely good Mega. It's very versatile. Sorry. So, yeah. What do you think?
Kind of the same stuff that you pointed out. Having so many terrain users, I don't want to say negates having terrain, but I just feel like it may work against you. And he may just be drafting it for fun. There may not be any intention. Like, obviously, he didn't draft something like Kalucha to, abuse the terrain in that way, like an Unburden user.
Yeah.
And so maybe he's just doing it to, Thwacky, help with Gengar against Earthquake one match if he needs it. And I was about to say Expanding Force, but I guess indeed he's the only one with that. Same with Rising Voltage for Pincurchin. Like he has, and he could bring a seed for whichever one and may not even worry about Unburden. But I do agree that having all 3 of them can not really benefit you as much as just maybe focusing on one. With his Urshifu Rapid Strike, I'm very curious to see how often he brings protective pads. Because if I'm his opponent, I'm going to bring one Rocky Helmet Mon. And, maybe it doesn't have solid recovery or it doesn't have anything like that. I don't really see anything like... I mean, even if your Mon goes down with that Rapid Strike, hitting it multiple times, getting the Rocky Helmet chip damage, Urshifu Rapid Strike is one of the biggest threats on his team. So being able to negate that, or at least forcing him to run protective pads so he's not going to be burnt out by a Rocky Helmet every week, is at least making things easier for you to prep for on your end.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. Gliscor, I think if he runs Sword Stance Facade pretty often, that could be very nice because really outside of this, I just don't see that much offensive. Urshifu, yes. Gengar, yes. Like Pincurchin and DD Female in their own terrains, their stabs are going to be hitting hard.
Yeah.
And with Claw Witcher, but I don't know. The speed of those 3 Mons, I just don't see it being enough to really... I just view this more as a passive team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mega Altaria, though, if he plays that correct, it does have access to set up with Dragon Dance, stuff like that. So, it'll just be interesting. I'd like to see how this thing does. My suggestion would be to maybe drop maybe some of the terrain users. I know, unless you're really good with Clawitzer. I'm not personally that good with it, but if you can rock with it, I'm down to see it.
Yeah. I personally be more interested. Oh, you go.
No. Oh, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, say what you're going to say.
Yeah, I'd personally be more interested in, like, well, maybe not a second. Because I just forgot he has Urshifu Rapid Strike, which has Aqua Jet. You don't really want to mess with that. But, like, I was hoping for, like, a more terrain-based
good
team.
Call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess electric terrain, I guess. I like second terrain more, generally speaking. But, try electric terrain. Like, get some electric types on there or something. Like,
yeah. I think if, like, he maybe dropped something like Gengar for Alakazam, being able to abuse that psychic terrain, he could also drop, like, maybe Pincurchin or Thwacky. And even if you wanted to keep 2 terrains for Claudius, being able to drop one, but also just pick up a good support mon, something like a Shaman or, something that's going to relieve pressure off of some of your offensive threats, that could make a huge difference in this. Or even something like a Gudra, if you wanted to keep the grassy terrain, being
Yeah.
able to get the leftovers recovery on top of the grassy terrain would add for a wall, but also, you're getting one of those extra terrains, so you can really abuse it with something like Alakazam, coming in with the Focus Sash, also having Nasty Plot this generation. So,
Yeah. I mean,
um,
yeah,
yeah.
100%. All right, I'm gonna turn the music back on. I don't know why
Oh,
it
yeah,
stopped.
yeah.
It paused by itself? How did it pause by itself? Also, I'm not even on the playlist. Okay, let me give me a quick second right here.
You're good, buddy.
Alright. Okay, and this is very professional. Okay, it's on loop again. Okay, well, whatever. Alright, we're gonna move on to the Oklahoma City Boltons, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I ranked
the rank.
this.
Totally forgot. My bad.
No, you're good, brother. I gave it a 10.
Gave it a 10.
14.
I gave it like looks to wait 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9th. Okay.
9th, word.
Yeah.
Word.
All right. Great. Okay. Now we move on to the Oklahoma City Boltons. All right. It's my turn. I think it's my turn.
I think so.
Yeah. I really like this team. He's got Necrozma, which just always is a terrifying thing to face in draft. I mean, that thing can set up like literally anything it wants. And then he has the Terrain plus Halucha core, which is always amazing. You never can really go wrong with that. And Rillaboom himself is an amazing terrain abuser with the Grassy Glide, Swords Dance, Choice Band, all that good stuff. He's also got Mega Aggron, which in conjunction with 2 Wish users, both of which have ways to pivot out as well. That's going to be pretty amazing for Mega Aggron.
Flip turn.
Yeah, and the grassy terrain itself added onto that. Oh my god, that Aggron's going to be hard to kill.
With filter as its ability,
yeah.
With the super effective moves. So yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. That Mega Aggron is going to be good, and that I don't know. I really like this team.
I'm with you.
He's also got webs to help for the sweepers, of course, and then he's got some breakers. I guess I'm assuming what's going to be Specs Eruption type lotion, hopefully. And then he's also got Nasty Bot Thunderous, which is terrifying. Although the loss of hidden power does hurt it a lot.
No flying stab.
Yeah, no flying stab, no ice type move. But actually, I don't. Does it get Icy Wind? I'm not sure.
I don't know an Icy Wind. That's a good question.
I don't know. If it does get Icy Wind, it still should be okay against the ground types. But if it doesn't, then yikes in general.
Yeah, it may get Grass Knot or something though.
Yeah, it might. Yeah. I don't know. It's just really good. Oh shit! What did I do? Oh.
Bum bum bum.
Crap! I just got rid of one of the sprites. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's about what I wanted to say. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I really like the team composition for this. Having Mega Aggron with the grassy terrain, being able to recover Mega Aggron, outside of forcing yourself to go for something like Rest, that's huge. Big Wish Passers in Wigglytuff and Vaporeon, being able to flip turn out. Necrozma is such a threat this generation. Getting access to Dragon Dance. This is another weakness policy user that I love.
Yeah.
Because so many things get knockoff. And so a lot of times they're like, well, I'd rather trade the damage for knockoff, getting rid of this thing's leftovers.
Yeah.
So if you pack something like the weakness policy on Necrozma, I think you'll get a lot of benefit out of it.
For sure, yeah. 100%.
And with the Mega Aggron, I feel like he built so well around it. With its filter ability, he has also the grassy terrain to even further negate stuff like earthquake damage for Mega Aggron. He has the Vaporeon to just eat whatever fire type move that would want to go for it. I think it built really well around it. He has sticky webs. So being able to run a rock polish Mega Aggron set, don't sleep on that, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds like tech.
Yeah, and then Mega Aggron got body press this generation. I'm really excited for him to. I'm just really excited to watch how he uses it. Mega Aggron was a mon that I always thought about drafting, but I never did. So really excited. And one thing that I really like is even his sticky web user. Basically everything on this team, you don't know if it's going to be offensive or defensive outside of like the Vaporeon. Because the Orbeetle can be very offensive with like a Calm Mind Store Power. Wigglytuff, how I used Aldino to some success. Yeah, it doesn't really have a great base attack or great base special attack, but it's a normal type with just a killer fucking like move pool.
Yeah.
Wish, knockoff support, Thunder Wave support. Well, I said knockoff. I assume Wigglytuff gets hit, but I know it gets something like Fire Blast or something.
It's basically Clef.
Yeah, it's the non-fairy Clef. So I really like this team. I'd love to see some weakness policy Necrozma. I know he brought a setup one last week, for his first week, but really excited for this team. And I ranked it team number 2. What about you?
I don't know. My rankings are all over the place now. I put it. God dear. Okay, next time I'm just gonna rank based on what I think and not based on categories. I put it at 10th.
10th? Okay. He's gotta prove one of us right.
Well, currently he's proving you right. He's 1-0.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Okay. Next season, I'm not dropping. I'm not ranking like this. It's too inconsistent. Anyway. Just one thing to mention. Wigglytuff is a fairy type. You just said non-fairy club.
Oh, is it fairy and normal?
Yeah, it's fairy normal.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
a non-magic art club, but it's still like amazing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Next up we got Fiamont. So Spire. Spire. Yeah.
Yep.
I love him, but
is it me or you?
Holy shit, I don't remember.
I don't either.
Okay. Wait, let me see. Okay, so
I'll take it if you.
Wait, I got this.
Okay.
It's my turn. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah. So this season is basically the weather season. We got like 5 weather teams so far going on, and this is one of them. We got a sun team going on here with Spire, as predicted, because he's been kind of spamming sun lately.
Right.
Yeah, so anyway, it's a sun team. Mega Venusaur, mostly keep it on Mega to keep that chlorophyll boost, and that with the growth in the sun makes it pretty nice combining with Torkoal. And you can even Mega Evolve the Venusaur to, like, say, take a hit suddenly. Like, you see a Fire type coming in, well then now you become a Mega Venusaur with Thick Fat, and then that'd be nice, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's also the Ultra Beast champion. He's getting like 3 out of the however many there are. And one thing that works expressly well with Sun is definitely Blacephalon. Being able to run like a spec set in Sun, just, dear lord, you're gonna melt like everything. This team has some okay bulk as well. Mega Venusaur, of course, is just extremely tanky on its own. And you got that Mana Buzz to help provide the defog in conjunction with its Spin Torkoal, so that helps with hazard removal to some extent. You also got that Incineroar too with Intimidate, and it can be pretty bulky on the physical and special side, depending on how you invest. He's even got like a Wish Hypno as well to help, keep everyone's health up. And personal note, I love Buzzwole, and I'm just glad he drafted it. One more thing to note, Ditto is especially amazing in any draft league. It's just a free revenge killing thing, so, and also can work really well against stall. If it really does come down to PP stall, Ditto can help a lot in that department. But yeah, so what do you think?
Well, there are a few things about this team. I think Hail may be the worst for draft format, but right behind that, or right in front of that rather, is Sun. I think that it's just a lot harder to pull off. One thing, if he wanted to run Sun, my suggestion would have been to go with regular Venusaur instead of Mega Venusaur.
Yeah.
Because yes, Mega Venusaur does have Thick Fat, so it's going to go from the neutral hit, with it being a super effective hit because of its grass type. A fire type move drops to a normal hit. But he's basically giving his opponent Sun. So if he does, like to Mega Evolve, he's going to lose that Chlorophyll ability. So instead of outspeeding, he is going to go to a almost super effective hit because the Sun's going to negate the Thick Fat, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, totally.
But outside of that, I think Flying Spam has a real easy go against his team because even some of his walls, like his only real wall, in my opinion, is Mandibuzz. Out for the Flying Stab, I want to make that clear. He does have Mega Venusaur as a wall.
Yeah.
But for Flying Stab, it, Xurkitree can pressure it out offensively, but it's not going to be able to take too many hits, especially like a Swords Dance boosted dual Wing Beat from Talonflame or a Scyther if somebody had it. For his lower tier pick for Hypno, I would have loved to have seen something like a Perugly. And that may sound a little weird, but basically having a 112 speed tier or whatever Perugly has, being a normal type, being able to fire off stab fake outs, stuff like that. I feel like Sun just needs a lot of passive damage because stuff like Water Spam is a little bit easier in Rain, and Sam's going to provide you the chip, and Hail's going to provide you a little bit more chip damage. So Sun Abusers really lack out on that. And he has Stealth Rocks, I guess, on both Terrakion and Torkoal. Torkoal would be the main mon that I expect it with, because Terrakion, he doesn't really want to... Well, from my experience, I like to run Terrakion a little bit more physical, a little bit more in your face, maybe banded.
Yeah.
So I feel like this team lacks hazards, which it just really needs to be able to succeed.
Yeah. I would have really liked like a Spiker on this team, honestly.
Yeah, I think that'd be really nice. Getting that necessary chip for Blacephalon. But he does have setup threats. Terrakion does have Sword Stance, it has Rock Polish. Blacephalon even has Flame Charge, which may sound goofy, but in Sun, even if you're running something like a Timid set, I don't think it has a bad physical attack. So being able to get some good damage off with the Flame Charge could make the difference in being able to sweep from there. And Buzzwole, he has Ultra Beast. So obviously all three of these things, if they're Scarf, can kind of run away with the game. So he has threats for sure. For sure.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. Like, I mean, I agree with everything you said. I just I do agree that Mega Venusaur is a bit of an odd pick. I can kind of see where he's coming from, but like, at the same time, he probably should have just drafted Mega Charizard Y.
Right.
And then left Venusaur regular so he can, add Life Orb to that, which definitely helps his damage output even more. Yeah. All right. So, what do you think about ranking this team?
I ranked it 12.
12? Yeah, I ranked it 13th. So.
Yeah. Word. Not too far off.
I mean, I really do love Sun. It's just that Sun does struggle.
Sun does struggle, and especially I know. So Mandibuzz, if he brings it, a lot of the times it's going to be forced to run heavy-duty boots.
Yep. And
nothing on his team. He does have knockoff support with a justified Terrakion, but Incineroar doesn't want to lose its heavy-duty boots. Hypno is going to be hit super effectively by it, and there's not really a mon that could run weakness policy to benefit from a knockoff.
Yeah.
Blacephalon's going to get just busted. It's so frail with knockoff. Xurkitree, you don't really want to lose a choice Scarf or a Specs because it's pretty frail. Buzzwole, if you're a dark type, Buzzwole can pressure you out with a Drain Punch or a Leech Life.
Yeah.
So he has offensive counters to stuff like that, but Torkoal even, if you lose your heavy duty boots, outside of Mandibuzz, that's really your only form of hazard control. So.
And that stuff is, it would normally run Heat Rock, so it doesn't even get boots anymore.
Right. So depending on how you're wanting to run it, you could already be so hazard weak. But, it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see how he does with it for sure.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy in the Discord server. So.
Yeah, for sure. Super nice dude.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Tuscaloosa Turtwigs or something. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
I guess it's your turn. Yeah.
Okay. Well, looking at his team, the first three mons are a Dragon Fairy, or Dragon Steel Fairy, however you want to word it.
Yeah.
I think Gladios grew. I'm very curious to see. I have a guy in my league who drafted it, and we're allowing stuff like the Aura Sphere, the Mystical Fire. And he's used it to some great success, so I'm excited to see how Vantasaurus does as well. Yep. Outside of that, he has a good bulky mon at Alamomola with Regenerator. That thing's just such an annoying mon, especially paired with Fairthorn, being able to take those fire type attacks and the loss of hidden power, so it's not like he's going to be able to catch him off guard. He has fast mons and Mega Manectric, Stealth Rocker and T-Spiker and Runerigus. Passimian, such a great, just choice Scarf spammer.
Right.
Cinderace with, it looks like a cool team. Very fun. Again, this is one of those teams that I expect people to draft. This is what I expect to go up against every week. And I mean that in a complimentary fashion. He has all the basics covered. He has good speed tiers. Mega Manetric, also having the Intimidate's kind of cool. It sucks you can't run heavy duty boots with it because you have to be holding your Mega Stone. But
yeah,
I'm excited for it. I think it'll be cool to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. One thing to note, I have a personal bias towards Lopunny as a regular because having Klutz and be able to trick stuff like walls like an Assault Vest is gonna be really annoying.
I agree.
And then also Wishalowimola is gonna really help his defensive core a lot as well. Just being able to shore up his physical walls, his walls even more. And Scrafty's pretty good as well. I mean,
yeah,
it's got a lot of setup options as well. So I mean, not something to be super lax about when dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All of his mons you have to prep for, which I like about his team.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it has so many different things to run with. And even Alamamola with, like, I know it may sound weird, but something like an Assault Vest, knockoff, and, you know, whatever kind of coverage moves you can get. I'm pretty sure it gets knockoff. But being able to just use it as a special wall more so than just what it could be if it was max HP, max PDF. That may sound a little funny, but I've gotten a lot of success from Audino running an Assault Vest. So I'd love to see some cool Alamamola stuff.
Yeah, that could totally be a viable set. I mean, we'll have to look into. I don't really know much about Alamamola.
Yeah, I can't talk shit about it. I agree.
But yeah, I think it does get knockoff, which definitely helps a lot in like an AV department.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course. Okay, so what are we thinking about its rank?
I gave it 7.
I gave it 4th. So.
4th word, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, we got one more team left, and it is the Chicago Cramorants by Cooper S.
Cooper.
Now, here we have our last rain team, our last weather team.
Yeah, right?
Although this one is a bit less focused on it, I suppose.
Yeah,
so I guess this is my turn to talk. All right, so, yeah, he's got like a semi-rain team with Polito Swampert. And even Volcarona, it gets Hurricane, so definitely could see some Hurricane shenanigans with Quiver Dance, even in rain. And plus, it's so strong that like Fireweek still don't really want to take its hits. Let's see here. Dragapult is freaking amazing. It's definitely it's just being naturally fast in draft is just really good. And then that combined with amazing offensive threats and good utility as well with Wisp and Thunderwave, that just makes it extremely good. Pex is always annoying. It's gonna be annoying, and it's amazing. Gets up T-Specs as well. You have a good knock user as well, and Haze in order to stop step attempts. Wobbuffet is annoying. We do allow trapping abilities in? Do we?
Yeah.
I think so, right? Yeah. So yeah, Wobbuffet. If you play it right, it's gonna get a kill. So yeah, Cresselia is just gonna be like that bulky psychic type. I don't know if does it get rocks?
Cresselia?
Yeah. No. Never mind that. I mean, even like Shiinotic could be. I could see some niche uses as well. I mean, having Spore is gonna be great. Spore plus Strain Set is always just an amazing combination.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
There are quite a few things that I feel like this team has going for it. You know, you talked about Spore with Shiinotic. One of the things that first caught my eyes is like Sleep Powder with Butterfree, Spore with Shiinotic. You know, T-Spikes are Toxics with Toxapex. Cresselia, I'm pretty sure, gets Thunderwave. Can easily fire off a Toxic. And all of these things, what I'm getting at with that is that really makes Dragapult so much more threatening by having Hex.
Yeah.
You know, with its big speed tier, a lot of the weeks it can get away with running Modest. So Modest, Specs, whatever, Hex into all of the status could be huge. The first Gen 18 that I drafted was a Dragapult Toxapex core, and I loved that thing. I felt that it did so awesome. I felt like, you know, I covered all my weaknesses, Toxapex being so bulky, taking the knockoffs that something like Dragapult doesn't want to.
Yeah.
There are a few things that I saw kind of going against this. Well, also one thing with Shiinotic is it also has Rain Dish. I wanted to point out.
Oh, it does.
The ability, yeah.
Oh,
so I really like
great.
that. I thought that was a good pick on his part. I also like Doublade in the rain because Doublade's such a pain in the ass to take down. And so getting rid of that fire weakness, you know, again with no hidden power, I feel like that's going to make a huge difference in it.
Yeah. Sure.
Some of the stuff that I see that could maybe be a problem is outside. Like, yes, you have Volcarona as a setup threat, but really outside of that, all I'm seeing from an offensive threat point is Dragapult and Mega Swampert. Again, with Doublade and even Cresselia, they do have options to set up in Calm Mind and Sword Stance. Doublade has access to Priority and Shadow Sneak, but Doublade, with its such low special defense, I could see that being just a little bit, you may not get as much as you'd hope out of it, and especially if you're going to rely on it as an offensive threat presence. Volcarona in the rain is a little kind of, what ify for me. Same with the Landorus and the grassy terrain. I just think that Volcarona doesn't want to have to rely on Bug Buzz or Psychic or Giga Drain. It wants to be able to fire off that extra stab move, maybe even Fiery Dance, getting that boost every once in a while. But it did get a lot of viability with heavy duty boots. Mega Swampert in rain, that's about as annoying as the other rain team with King. But I do see knockoff being a problem for this with it hitting Dragapult. Yes, you have Toxapex to switch in. Volt doesn't want to lose its heavy duty boots. Doublade, Cresselia don't want to take those hits. Butterfree, Knock. If you lose your Focus Sash, you're kind of done. Shiinotic, losing the leftovers can be pretty annoying, especially if your opponent just has Sub, because Shiinotic's really lacking in the damage output department. And yes, it can be very annoying and very beneficial, but if your opponent just packs Sub on something like that, Sub knockoff is basically going to get rid of an item on Shiinotic as you bring it in, you Sub, and then Shiinotic's not going to be able to take the hit and break your Sub. So if you bring a setup threat, you can set up behind the Sub and then fire off a big knockoff. There are just a few things that I could see kind of being counterintuitive with it, but it's Dragapult. You can't count that one out alone because of it. So I guess out of my rankings, I gotta find this one again. Which one is this? Chicago.
Cooper S.
Cooper S. I ranked it 9 out of 14. Yes, sir.
I gave it the 12th spot. So.
Oh yeah, the old college effort, college try.
I mean, like as you said before, like T-Spikes plus Hex, Dragapult is just an amazing combination, and obviously Rain. But you're right, Hurricane. I mean, Volcarona, yes, it does have Hurricane, but like losing out on Fury Dance on like neutral targets, for example, is just going to be a pain in the ass.
Just losing that extra stat, that good neutral hit for something. I feel like it just. Volcarona really relies on its damage output, so neutering that in any way kind of sucks. Same with the Landorus Therian.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay, so.
Word.
Yeah, I guess we're done.
Yeah.
All right. So, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to me, most importantly, but also Seth. But definitely make sure to subscribe to Seth. He's an amazing content creator, and I will link about half of us probably in this draft league have a YouTube channel, so I'll definitely link them down there. Please subscribe to them as well. They're going to be making content about their matches and such. So be sure to check them out. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.
Yeah, peace.